This is JordanTower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. All right. So we already talked about Khaled getting this M3 from Jay-Z for his birthday. But what we're going to talk about now is Max B's career. Okay, it is in jeopardy, and it's because of his own issues. Okay, but first we'll lead into that. First, we'll talk about Misa Hylton. Okay, so Misa Hylton is Diddy's baby mama. Is it Justin? That's the one, and she's putting up posts about Gene Deal. Okay, so Gene Deal is Puff's old bodyguard. This is the one who started going in on Puff in 2016, 15, 16. He came out with a documentary about Puff himself and talked about all the things he knew about. He was there when Biggie got killed, all right? He knows a lot about Diddy in the early days. Now, Misa Hylton accuses him of saying that Justin is really the other bodyguard, Wolf kid, and he looks just like Wolf. I'm gonna be honest, right? I'm not sure if it's whatever. That's between her and Diddy, right? On Justin Combs, right? But he looks just like Wolf. That's why a lot of people say that. All right, Wolf is the person that Big Meech killed by shooting behind his back. He had a problem with Wolf back in like 04. A shooting occurred. Or was it 03? I can't remember. But, yeah, so she comes out and she puts up this statement saying, anyone who knows me knows I'm a private person. Wait, let me get to the full. Okay. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a private person, and it pains me I even have to post this. The harassment my son and I have been dealing with because of the things implied by Gene Deal and stated in recent Netflix documentary have been heartbreaking. I don't think Gene Deal's in the documentaries. I saw all 4 parts. I didn't see him. But he has done tons of interviews. I don't remember him saying specifically that, but people have asked him, and he says, I don't know, man. But, you know, and then people will say, you know, the interviewer can say, he looks a lot like Wolf. He's like, that's what people say. And it is. She says, the truth is the public is being misled about me and my child. We've been dragged into something that we never asked for, a cruel game built on rumors and agendas. Please take a moment before believing everything you hear. Well, I'm going to tell you something, okay? A lot of people imply that Justin and Diddy do things together, okay? That's all I got to say. A lot of people imply that. And Diddy's the kind of guy to, like, involve his kids in things he's up to, which is weird, you know? She says, the most painful part is that this is happening because of men I once trusted to protect me, not harm me. Maybe she's talking about Eric Sermon talking about her, too, but Eric Sermon didn't really say anything bad. Oh, and obviously she's talking about Gene Deal because he was protecting her at one point as well. The saddest thing is none of this affects the people spreading it. It only hurts me and my son. Like Gene said, we've been treated as casualties of war. With a little critical thinking, would be easy to realize that things being said could not possibly be true because of the results that would come from these disparaging statements if they were in fact true. This will be a post and delete. Protect women and their children. This is about Misa and Justin only. Why didn't this go viral? But let's see. Remember when she said she was going to air Diddy out a while back? Exactly. Somebody said that she was going to air him out. And her son does look like Wolf. That's not a crime to say that, you know? But Diddy was groomed. He groomed his kids, and yeah, they are who they are. I don't know. Misa's been connected to a lot of dudes. Misa was dating Vado, wasn't she? I don't know, man. She's very industry. That's all I can say. She's very industry. But anyways, she does deserve some peace. She doesn't really speak out too much. She doesn't draw a lot of attention to herself anymore. So you know. Max's brother drops more paperwork claiming Max B told on him for a time cut. But I'll tell you this. Okay, so you have that. Things I've seen basically only point to Max pointing to the girl, but not even accusing her, just confirming where she works. They already knew that she shot the guy. The police already knew that. And they knew, well, she set up the guy to be shot by Max's half-brother, right? Well, Vlad, this is going to be a good one from Vlad, okay? Vlad is going to be interviewing this woman. Who is she? Gina Conway, the woman that took the stand, and she got a huge time cut, and she was directly involved in setting the man up from the strip club where Max's brother went with her to go rob the guy, and it obviously went left, and he died because Max's brother shot him in the head, all right? This is going to be a good... Vlad is thorough with his interviews. And this... Okay, I can only assume that Vlad would have wanted to interview Max B when he came home. And I'm sure the offer was on the table. And Max B probably demanded too much money. And, of course, Vlad is going to look at it. Well, I don't know how much attention this is going to get and how much money this is going to bring in. And Vlad has to make money on an interview. It's business, you know? So I bet you Max wanted $40,000. Let's say 40,000. Now, Vlad has a relationship with French. All French is going to do is pass the word along. Hey, Vlad wants to interview you. And Max probably wanted too crazy of a price. Or decided not to do the whole thing at all. Because he would have to answer questions about the snitching thing. Well, that's going to come out anyways, Max. You might as well address it and shoot it down, you know? So Vlad says Gina Conway, the former girlfriend of Max B, who played a key role in the botched robbery where a man was killed by Max B's stepbrother, does her first interview with Vlad TV after almost 13 years in prison. Everything gets addressed in detail. You don't want to miss this. So I'm not going to miss it. I replied and said, this is going to be very interesting. And Vlad said, very much so. Because I know Vlad is going to go in on this. I'm excited to see this. And Max should have done an interview with Vlad because Vlad would be very thorough in everything. And Vlad would get to, let Max B voice his... This stuff is out there. You might as well address it and give your side of the story. And not try to work out a price with Vlad that he's cool with. Because Vlad's going to do it by metric. Why don't you just put something in the metrics where if you think the interview is going to do so well, I know Vlad is a reasonable person. You could just take the whole risk on the interview and say, hey, let's just go after your costs. Let's go 50-50 on it. I know Vlad would do that because that's a better position for Vlad. The only money up front is for the camera guys, and then he busted on the money with you later. You just do paperwork on it. I don't know why Max B wouldn't do that. That makes a lot more sense. Same with the Marlon Wayne situation. If Marlon Wayne thought his interview was going to go so viral on Vlad, just work it out with Vlad so you just get a portion of the profit. You split it down in a way where Vlad's happy and you're happy. If you think you're going to go so viral. But hey. So Tekashi, who has been awaiting sentencing, he got a sentencing. He was sentenced to 3 months in prison for probation violations after pleading guilty to drug possession. The judge called him a dumpster fire and said jail time was required. Though he avoided a harsher sentence, he was going to stay in for longer. He will now report January 6th, so he gets to spend time Christmas. January 6th, he goes back to jail for 3 months. That's nothing. He'll be out February 6th, March 6th. I bet you he'll be out even before the 3 months. Let's be honest. He'll be out in a month and a half. He'll be out probably March. And people, all he has to do is do content all the way up until January 6th, have a couple music videos drop over those next 8 weeks, and then get right back to streaming and dropping videos. He won't miss a beat at all. And he won't lose any assets. Keffe D's interviews with Vlad are now going viral again because of the documentary. His statements with the cops that were recorded around the time Tupac passed were in the documentary. He sat down with police officers and got some kind of immunity about certain things that he discussed. I think it was a proffer agreement. Queen for a day, they call it. And they must tell the truth or there is not immunity. Keffe D, after signing this proffer in 2009, he began telling the same story in public. He appeared in interviews. Oh, yeah, I remember that. He did. It's not even anybody's fault. He talked about it. It's not Vlad's fault. It's not anybody's fault. If this guy wanted to talk about it publicly, then he loses all immunity, I think. Anyways, I think that's about it. I'll get to Traplow Ross in the next one. He kind of defends his position on the NBA YoungBoy thing, where he's talking about he has bodies. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and I will check you guys on the next video. Peace.